Hello shitlords and welcome to Vortex PvP. Hello guys and welcome to a first of many tutorials on coding. Today we're going to be doing some simple code that's just quite simple. It's going to be an on death, like death counter. It's going to be a command that shows you when you die. It comes to a message. If I can squeeze it in, I'll be doing variables as well, so adding variables, adding a config and stuff like that. The video is going to be about 5-10 minutes long. It's not going to be a long video, but it's just going to be a video on how to edit a simple script. No, sorry, not edit, make a simple script, read through it and familiarize yourself with the vocabulary of script and then edit it. So let's get started. We first need to create an onDeath variable. So to do that, we just type in the first line as onDeath. So onDeath, when they die to anything, so if they die to a creeper, a spider, or an actual player, they will get an onDeath. So the onDeath will basically add something to something we define. So for instance, we're going to add one. So when somebody dies, we add 1 to the death. So this is a quave. So quave will basically just start the variable. So we're going to do death.player. So as you've noticed here, I've put player in some percent signs. So the percent signs are the %player % is replaced by the player name. So that will basically just replace all the name, well, player with percent signs around it. It will replace that with the actual person's name. And then we want to send them a message. So we can do send with two hyphens, 2 speech marks around it. As you see, I like to do the 2 speech marks and then press one of my arrow keys or move my mouse into it like that. So we want to do @L death message. I might make it so soon you'll be able to change that prefix. You have died. Exclamation mark. Your current death stats are, and then because we want to define this, but we don't want to have it so that it will just show death.player, we do it like this. So we put a percent sign around it, which will replace the variable with death.player, and then another percent sign around that. So in total, we're using 4 percent signs in here. So that will send a message to them, but that's going to send it really quickly. So they'll probably get a load of messages once they've done. So what we do is and normally they take a while to respawn. So what we're going to do is we're going to say wait 5 seconds. Because that's normally how quick it takes you to respawn if you're quick, or if you're using auto respawn, that's normally how long it takes you to auto respawn. So then once we've done that, we've defined the onDeath event. So I think we can squeeze in this into one video. So I'm going to create an onFirstJoin event. So this will basically run something when the person first joins, but because that's on add 1 to player, it will first say when you have died, your current death stats are blah blah blah. It will say none for now, so it will say none because you haven't died yet, but we don't want it to just say none. We want it to say, so we're going to set death.player oh, we don't want that there. Set death.player to 0. So that will set the player stats to 0. And then we want to create a command. So to create a command, you need to put in a trigger and all that kind of shit. So I'm just going to go over the basics of how to create a command and shit like that. So what you do is you do command. Let's do death admin. don't want to create anything like that. So we need to define a permission for this. So we're going to do permission death.admin permission message. So if they don't have the permission to do it, they will get the message death message no permissions. And then we have to define the trigger. So the trigger will basically allow us to create a thing that will be run when death.admin is typed in. But because we've got death.admin, that's going to do nothing at the moment. It will do nothing. So we want to actually define the player name. So what we do is we put a square bracket around it with a crocodile mouth inwards. And we want to do, let's say the player is online, we want to do it player. If the player is offline, what we squeeze in behind it, we put offline player. But as the player is online for this, we'll just leave it with player. Then we want to allow the admin to see what they're doing. So we want to, first we're going to set the player. So we want to set death.arg1. As we're not using the actual player name, we're using an argument, we have to leave it as that. So we leave it as that to allow them to just look at what they're doing and shit like that. Then we got this here, but it's currently setting it to nothing. So we want to set that to 0. So that will set death.arg1 to 0. Then we want to send them the message confirming that they have done this correctly. You have reset arg1 stats successfully. As we have arg1 like that, so that will just allow people to just look at the player who they're resetting. So arg1 is this argument over here. So arg1 is this argument here, but if that's not set, what happens? So we're gonna have to, this is going to be our first if variable. So if arg1 is not set, send at for death message, please provide a player. Else, so because we got an if variable, we want to create an if else variable. So once we've got the else variable set up, we then have that execute. That's cancelling it automatically because it has nothing. But if you want to, and you want to make sure it does actually cancel, you can do cancel event. But I don't need to do that because I know it will cancel anyway. So that's our first death command set up. In the next video, we will go over creating more intense variables, having them be able to see the stats if they do /death stats, and creating GUIs and creating configs in later videos. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you have an amazing day. Don't forget to smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and have lots of fun creating your first script file. But actually, I've just remembered, we haven't saved this. We haven't saved the file. So quickly, I will just run through how to save it. So we got this. So all we do is we type death message.sk. So that will define it as a script file, and whenever you want to do it, define something that's not in here, all you do is you click all types, save, and now we've got our creation. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a great day. Love you.